Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nerdosphere. It's time we talked about the Infinity Gems, or stones, as they're called in the MCU, and as I will refer to them for the duration of the video to avoid any confusion. When approaching the topic of the Infinity Stones and Gauntlet, from an outsider's perspective, it's helpful to think of the Chaos Emeralds, the Dragon Balls, the Philosopher's Stone, or simply think limitless power with very few strings. When together, the stones grant the user omnipotence and omniscience, which is to be all-knowing of all things ever or was. I had to look that one up. But even separate, the stones can be overwhelming, and some stones unlock or enhance others, much like the Blue Lanterns to the Green Lanterns in the DC universe. But where do they come from? What does each one do individually? Which ones have we seen in the MCU? It's time the Nerdosphere made you an expert in the Infinity Stones, so that you can be the expert when waiting in line with your friends. The Infinity Stones did not make their first appearance in tandem, rather slowly being revealed over a 5-year span from 1972 to 1977. So, with 40 plus years worth of history and various incarnations of the 616 universe, you can imagine that there's a lot to unpack. We're not going to do all of that, otherwise we go down tangents talking about the Invisible Woman's evil persona Malice, with bonus gem, a parasite named Hunger, the Justice League of America Avengers crossover, Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers, and the terrible grave mistake that was Battleworld. But here's the skinny though. The stones are tightly tethered to the Marvel Universe's elders, who aren't cosmic entities, but rather an ancient race with various obsessions like Grandmaster and the Collector, played by Jeff Goldblum in Thor Ragnarok, and Benicio del Toro in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Elders first tried to gather all 6 stones in an attempt to drain the life force of Galactus and recreate the universe with themselves as the oldest beings. Fun fact, Galactus is not only the oldest being in the 616, but the only survivor of the universe that existed prior. Obviously, this plan doesn't work, and Galactus naturally gets his nom-noms on some of the Elders. That may seem like a tangent, but for the scope of the MCU and where it could possibly go, that context is very important. But going back to Thanos. After going into boss mode, Thanos tracks down all of the Elders and rips the stones from their possessions, places them into a self-made gauntlet, and then explains where they came from. The stones are the remaining essence of an omnipotent Elder who grew too lonely in eternity and committed suicide. Thanos' drives and motivations are all to impress his love, death, an abstract entity, and repair a cosmic imbalance caused by more sentient beings that are alive than ever died in all of history. If you're wondering how Thanos could love essentially the Grim Reaper, know that he burned Nebula, who in the comics is his granddaughter and in the films is his adopted daughter, nearly to death, suspends her between life and death in extreme agony using the stones, and he called it a work of art. He called it a monument to the insanity of life and death denied. So, not the most stable guy around. Thanos was ultimately his own undoing, having subconsciously felt unworthy of the gauntlet and losing control of it. Now let's move on to the stones and what they do. The first of the 6 stones is the Space Stone, as seen numerous times in the MCU and also known as the Tesseract or Cosmic Cube. This allows the user to exist in any location, move any object anywhere, warp or rearrange space, teleport themselves and others any place the user can imagine, increase their speed, and alter the distance between objects contrary to the laws of physics. At full potential, the Space Stone grants the user omnipresence, which is being everywhere always, much like God is perceived. The second stone is the Reality Stone, which is seen in Thor the Dark World, and is also called the Ether. This allows the user to fulfill their wishes, even if the wish is in direct contradiction with scientific law, and do things that would normally be impossible, and create any type of alternate reality the user wishes. When backed by the power of the other stones, the wielder can alter reality on a universal scale. The third stone is the Power Stone, as seen in Guardians of the Galaxy and pursued by Ronan on the Order of Thanos. This allows the user to access and manipulate all forms of energy, enhance their physical strength and durability, and boost the effects of the other 5 stones. At full potential, the Power Stone grants the user omnipotence. The fourth stone is seen in Vision's forehead and was plucked from Loki's staff that was used in Avengers. This allows the user to enhance their mental and psionic abilities and access the thought and dreams of other beings. When backed by the Power Stone, the Mind Stone can access all minds in existence simultaneously. The Mind Stone is also the manifestation of the universal subconsciousness. The fifth stone is the Time Stone, as seen in Doctor Strange, and goes by the name of the Eye of Agamotto. This allows the user to see into the past and the future, stop, slow down, speed up, or reverse the flow of time travel, age and de-age beings, and trap people or entire universes in unending loops of time. At full potential, the Time Stone grants the wielder omniscience and total control over the past, present, and future. The sixth and final stone, which is yet to be seen in any MCU film, is the Soul Stone. This stone allows the user to steal, control, manipulate, and alter living and dead souls. At full potential, the Soul Stone grants the wielder control over all life in the universe. So there you go. That's the gist of the Infinity Stones and the Gauntlet and Thanos. Where they came from, what they do, and hopefully that gives you enough knowledge to go into the movie, understand what you're seeing, and have enough information to speculate on what's to come. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel as always. Everything is in the descriptions below, and we'll see you next time.